Hello everyone and welcome to my Let's Play of Fire Emblem Black Fang. Today I will be playing Chapter 13, Crashing the Coast. In the mountains of Ilia, the Black Fang encounter the renowned dark arts master Naim the Hermit. Questions arise about the Fang ally William's very nature, as well as his previously unknown aptitude with dark magic. The group begins to ponder his inquiry into quintessence. But before such questions can be resolved, the Fang must first shake the relentless White Fang. Jonas plans to take the fight to the ocean, where the White Fang forces will be segmented. The strategy demands the removal of key players. The strategist Cryptus and the airborne outrider Venom. First, they will need a ship. For this, Jonas plans on calling on an old friend. Chapter 13, Crashing the Coast. Come on, we need to make contact with McLear before the White Fangs catch wind we've split off from the group. I goddamn know how this works, just not looking forward to it is all. What do you have to worry about? You're probably the only one on the team half his size. Last time I had a run-in with him... You know what? Never mind. Is that Luke? Come here, you shit stain. Mwahaha. And is that... Oh boy, here we go. Don't remember your name, but the fourth guy in our crew. Come in for another hug just like the last time. Where the shite is my boy Chadwick? Don't worry about me. I'm just going to stop by a specific shop for something we'll need in the journey ahead. Things can get dicey on the open ocean. Alright, but I hope you'll keep your word. Whatever supernatural or suspect information you have about William needs to be shared with the group if we're to roll up on his property again, further indebting us to his service. And I will. Don't wait up for me. I'll catch up in a jiffy. What do you think? Can we trust her? I think we can. She's been a little evasive, but hasn't lied yet. I'm not so sure. She spent a lot of time secluded in the wilderness. Squirrels might have gotten in her head. Even more so, there's something off about her. If she studied under William and seems to have fond memories of their time together, why is she hinting at something spooky going on with him? Now that you mention it, William did sort of walk us right up to Hector last time, and then conveniently split before the carnage. You think he somehow knew? What, and ran away to save himself? Why wouldn't he give us a heads up? The easiest guess is to get us all killed. But he'd have little motive to do so, right? No one knew he'd supported us. There was nothing to cover up. We didn't pose any threat to him. Everything was pretty friendly. That doesn't feel right. Maybe we should bring this to Jonas. If anyone can run the hypotheticals, it's him. Speaking of which, he should have made contact with our pirate compadre by now. You think he's alright? Aha! Your intel was spot on, Sergeant Beak. Skrrrt, no shit. They must be trying to flee by that ship. Luckily, Cryptus set a blockade. Let's split up. I'll inform Cryptus and you can tell the others. Skrrrt! Operation Fox Corner? Yeah, that's the one. We have them split with two pinned in the alley. You just need to tell Vic and Miguel to box them in and wear them down. Skrrrt! Operation Fox Corner, Skrrrt, OFC. That bird is weirdly smart. You heard the man, bird. It's finally time to crush them in our vice grip. I'd rather we just take charge. But I'll respect Cryptus's frivolously coded game plan for now. It's encryption, not the best encryption. But Cryptus was worried Elton would forget it if it was too involved. Hey, come on, guys. You guys just want me to be as cranky as you all are. Squad K, you're up. Take out the two cornered. What game are they at? It makes no sense to make an appearance so soon. Though predictable, the best option would be to hibernate and run guerrilla tactics from the security of the mountain. Perhaps we're giving them too much credit? Maybe they're strong but not all that smart? Doubtful. Chadwick is capable, arguably on par with myself. His brother has a natural affinity for anima magic. Not to mention his bruiser, Luke has a reputation. Well aware, he killed me in a previous chapter. What? Nothing. Let's carry out the plan. Operation Foxtrot or something? The plan is to pin them between two districts. They have a hard time clearing a route to the port as is. I expect the northern area to be a kill zone before long. There's no clear path through, so they'll need to improvise. Even if they do, we will heavily reinforce from behind. They would need to quickly reach and clear the shanty town to open a path for their northern soldiers to break through. Wow, you really thought through everything. I don't like to underestimate my foes. But even I have to admit I don't expect them to reach the boat while Venom is guarding it. At least not without support. Yor-har-har! You boys got yourselves a deal. Let me just get Merlasses a solid plowin' to remember me by. I'll meet you at me ship. Take your time. Merlasses? What even? Well, at least that went well. We'd better hurry and meet the rest of them. What are you staring at? Yep, right on cue. Didn't miss a beat. What are you mumbling? Speak up. Yeah? It's Venom's bird. They're here. You're strangely calm about this. It's what I expected. Whoever we leave in this ally is going to get pinned down. But once we press through, I think they're in for a surprise. Okay, I'll do my preparations and be back shortly. So starting in this chapter, for the first time, we have access to augury. I think this initial quote is just an old quote from the base game. Yeah, because Norris isn't really a fortune teller. But this part, I believe, might be new. Oh, do you need an augury? Hannah asked if I could lend you my skill. To be honest, I'm not sure I can do it, but I'll try my best. Now, what I typically do, this is a bit scummy, but I view the fortune for free. Because we're using a save state. Shanties could prove useful. We'll definitely need a clear path. Flying units could help, but we may find fortune if we can win the favor of the townspeople. Just be gentle. So yeah, I'll shortly start the chapter. One more thing I want to point out, don't bring Luke or Jonas as the units you're picking to get them for free in this chapter. And I think I failed to record it, but Jacoby has promoted to a cart unit now. I know you had a plan, but we're going to need to support the troops over here. Our goal is to reach McClear's boat. It's here. So I think Jonas is basically, he fourth wall breaks and he says, you know, wherever you placed the units, Jonas and Luke are going to be here. So if you brought Jonas and you put them down here, they auto get moved to here. So I guess a sort of unfortunate side effect of that design choice is if your Luke and Jonas aren't strong enough to survive against these units, you could be in trouble. So we have Vic here. He comes with Thunder and a bunch of boltings. We have this, which is a really big pain to deal with. And we have Elton here with Brave Axe and a Tomahawk. We have Cryptus as well here. But I don't think we ever end up being able to fight him unless we choose to fly someone over to fight him, but then we'd probably not fare too well. Oh, actually, never mind. The goal is to defeat Cryptus. Never mind, I'm completely wrong. So he comes with this 1 to 3 range bolt axe, which also might make him a bit difficult to fight. So we want to, of course, to free these units that are sort of trapped here as soon as possible. If your units are strong enough, you can bring the fight to these enemies, which is what I'm going to try to do. The Silver Blade guy is frightening, but even more frightening are these tomes. So this is only an L-Fire, and I don't think that's strong against any of my units here. Next, I'm gonna see who has the best res. So Norris has the best res here. I think that's only because of the Sovereign though. Still, he has the best res even without that. So I'll use him as my other mage killer. Can you? No, you can't one round him. And neither can you, at least with that. Can you one round him with the wind sword? You can't one round him with that either. Okay. In that case, I'd rather not miss. Okay, so that is an insta-kill because that's 45 damage. I don't think I want to take damage yet. So I'll equip my iron axe and then I think I'll be better off to do this. And then simply wait and not attack. Okay, next. Can't quite reach this village. Just enough to finish him off. So we can talk to the sentry with Hannah. Excuse me, we'd like to pass through this gate. I can let you through if you give it an hour or so. There's an event going on the other side, and it's already at maximum capacity. Would it help if my men offered to bribe you? Assuming it's enough cash, sure. What I really need though is a doctor or something. My wife is pretty sick. My daughter is looking after her at the moment, but she is in well over her head. A doctor, huh? Well, I'm pretty close. I can take a look if you can tell me her symptoms. I was a healer without borders before serving this outfit. You'd really do that for us? Okay, come this way, quick. I've seen this before. It's not contagious, but it's pretty severe. The medicine you've been using is good, but the dosage is low. You can use this agent to strengthen the dose. It won't have any additional side effects and can be mixed into any tea or soup. Make absolutely sure to complete the prescription. Don't hold off on taking the next dose, even if she's feeling better. This is incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ellen has been saying she wants to be a healer when she grows up. Isn't that right, kiddo? Yeah, I want to help people like Mommy when they get sick. Well, it's good to hear that some good can come from this. I can keep the gate open for you and your friends. Once the wife is healthy, maybe we can leave this town. Head for greener pastures, maybe out and burn. What do you say, kiddo? Oh, and I want you to have this, for your service. And we get a rescue staff, which I'll send the vulnerary, just to be a little on the safe side. I think I want Hannah to stay here though for now. As for Chadwick, move from there. Jacoby appears cannot move. I don't think you get rewards for saving these laymen. So there's laymen and there's citizens. I'll try to show each of their descriptions as soon as it's my turn. So citizen just says boy. Sailor, men of the sea, here for a good time. This one has a 1 gold I could steal from them. Laymen, civilians caught, mixed into the fray. This is just a boy. Any other citizens? This is a layman again. A girl with Set's litany. So interestingly, this Janser will drop this if they die, which makes it interesting to wonder, can we make these into enemy units so that we can get something like this Set's litany, for example. So now all that's left is the big guns, and we haven't found a way out for our units yet. So we can try to do that now. Thanks for your help earlier. I think it might be possible to walk over this house. I can't recall. Well, I probably still want animations for when we're fighting these dudes. Delphia. Oh, Delphia can talk to this girl? Say, you wouldn't happen to have a kid, would you? Do I look old enough to have had a kid? Honestly, I have no idea. Well, I haven't, so beat it, weirdo. Interesting that her portrait is like this when you press the R button on her. Anyway, how do I want to deal with who's left? The greatest threat is this Yegfeni. This does not have 1 range. Okay, I hit 1, that's good. I shouldn't have let this cut so close. I need to give myself some space. You have the brave item. None of us have taken damage yet. I think I'll just leave Jonas on the tree. He has the weakest res and defense out of everyone else, so I don't want him to attack or be in range of both enemies. I can't open that door. Everyone's at full health, so there's no need to physic anyone. I think I might actually leave this layman alive because I think Vic might choose to attack them. But I don't want Hannah to run too far away because I want her to be in physic range. So I think she can wait right there. Okay, interesting that Elton chose to use his tomahawk rather than his brave axe. Ugh, disappointed. Okay, now unfortunately there's crit chance on this and I could die, but I think he has crit chance on everyone. We definitely don't want to fight him with Luke, though. So this would bring, as long as I don't just get crit, this would bring him down to 3 health, and I can finish him off with whoever I think is safest. I just need to hope I don't get crit. But I also missed. At least land one, Keegan, please. Oh, well, okay. Then that's the end. And Vic apparently does not have a death quote. Okay, that leaves these guys. No crit chance. I want to continue to gain axe weapon experience. And there we go, we've eliminated everyone in this corner. That's supposed to be a huge threat. They're all completely eliminated. This assassin, I might want to rescue them so they don't steal experience. Oh, you have a Yengvigi, so you need to die. That's not enough. I think this is just enough. Yeah, just enough. And I think she can survive an attack from both of these people. I should have equipped my javelin. Oh well. I'm not sure if might have 4 plus that is, I think, 17, defensive 9, Yeah, I think Hannah can survive. Or she could probably survive now. Chadwick, I think, can check out this armory. Oh, so they didn't go for Hannah anyway, despite the fact that she can't hit back. So this is an inn, this is a vendor, and this is an armory. Well, we can see what they have to say in this inn. Huh? Leaf, what are you doing in here? Oh, please don't tell anyone I'm in here. If I go out there, I'm sure to quickly catch the very first ballista bolt. You really should be helping. I guess I'll overlook it this time. You will? Oh, heavens. I might finally live to see a sunset. I think I caught sight of one of them heading into that building. I'll go pay him a visit. Not so fast. Why? We've rigged up those houses with explosives. Why, in the gods' names, did we rig houses with explosives? So we can do this, obviously. Archers, release volley. Ugh. Huh, looks like I got out unscathed. Okay, so we just destroyed this inn. Or rather, the White Fang did. Okay, next. I want to kill these guys off. We can go to solo. Turn. Well, I can leave Amia's on maybe. You're level 16, 16. I think I'll go with this maybe. Yeah, I'll try this. The rest of the chapter, I think I have nothing to do until I can, well, until I reach the rest of the enemies. Oh, so he's some Wyvern Riders spawn now. They don't look like a huge threat. Bit of a long shot, but you wouldn't happen to have any kids, would you? What is this? Oh wow, I got a cursed doll. Where did the Pegasus Rider go? Alright. One less unit for me to worry about then. Oh, they both have ranged items. Okay, some more dudes here. Some more dudes here as well. Oh, your S rank hidden axe is now excellent. And here's Jonas's crit with an axe. Don't do much damage to you though. Okay, that could have gone really badly. I have a new plan. Okay. I guess we haven't visited the house yet. Okay, if I knock out the walls here, should be able to clear a path for the others. Oh, I should have done that earlier. Now we have a path through here so we can get out. So I think really the idea is you want to rush to this house or speak to the sentry as soon as possible. So you could go here so that you can rush up here and then visit this house. And then ends for visiting this house. I don't know if you could even do so. You'd need to be able to rescue this dancer who has reasonably high con. But yeah, you want to get through here or do an event that allows you to get through here as fast as possible so that you can then get here so that you can stay on the house and get your friends out from this really difficult place here. Or you can just have units strong enough as mine and just wipe the floor with everyone. But yeah, or you could also have a flying unit. They could just fly straight across and use the house. I guess the idea is you visit here and you're supposed to learn from visiting here that you can destroy the houses. But that's the end of my turn. Yeah, let's see what happens if you visit this house. This house is filled with black powder. The slightest spark could destroy the whole thing. Might make more room for our team to navigate through, though. I'll have to carefully consider... Oops. Good news, everyone. I've cleared a shorter path. So yeah, all of the houses can be destroyed. I'm just realizing now I never gave Arnold any weapons of other types that he could use in this chapter. Damn, so much for the kill zone we'd set up. We need to moor their ship so they can't escape. Belay and send off the planks. Damn it, this isn't going well. Damn, the ship is locked in. We'll need to take out the commander to take to the water. Where's McClear? He was supposed to meet us here. Unacceptable! Goddamn, unacceptable! Who dares board my ship? I will peel the skin from their throats. Can't a man enjoy a little aquatic poontang these days without some scum chump loitering on their deck? I will grind your bones and drain your blood into a wee bottle, and cast that bottle out to sea so that whoever finds it will get the fucking message. McLear! So, I might have made a mistake here, especially with Delphia in range of Venom. Let's hope you don't move. I also didn't remember that this would spawn all these extra units. So just by reaching the ship, it spawned this bolting mage, this longbowman, etc. So I might need to restart just from this because, as I said, I should have paid attention to Venom's range. These knights might move now that she's in range. So that's 2 knights and potentially Venom attacking as well. Here's McLear. Remembrance is in deranged. I think he basically just stays here and fights these pirates for us and doesn't do much else. But yeah, I am concerned that Delphia may die, especially considering how she's poisoned and everything. But all I have left to move is Jacoby, and he can't do anything. You there! Are you daft, man? You're drifting into a combat zone. Daft! Daft! You trespass on my ship? And you call me daft? One more word, and I'm coming up there. Up here, and how would... Ugh! That madman's strength is remarkable. I need to back off in case things turn sour. Okay, so I'm safe from Venom, but I could still die from these other knights. That pirate attacked, and then another one spawned where he was. Okay, so the knights did not attack. That's good. Again, I keep making mistakes, but I often get lucky enough that they don't end up being a serious problem. That was a pretty disappointing Arnold level up. Another pirate for McLear to fight. I think the idea is they just don't want McLear to ever leave, because then he just wiped the floor with everyone. But he also can't board the ships either. They're closing in on us. This is our chance to corner them. Lay down the siege ramps. Oh, and Vic has returned. Oh, I think the idea is you're actually not expected to be able to defeat Vic, which is also why he doesn't come with a death quote. So I think up to this point he wouldn't use bolting, but now he's going to start using it. Vic, you know the plan was to funnel them into the corner. The plan isn't working. I'm going in. Figured it was only a matter of time. Oh, and on top of that, rain. Let there be lightning. And now we get endgame music. Well, this Swordmaster is going to steal some experience, and all these dudes are going to spawn. Yeah, I guess all the fears about, oh no, Vic's gonna bolting everyone to death now. I should have killed him with Delphia. Delphia's a little squishy. I'll move her out of the way. That's nasty. Fighting on multiple fronts now. Okay, here's the first of 10 boltings this turn then. Oh, he didn't use bolting. Yeah, the problem is, as you can see, they keep spawning more Yangveni nomads. Okay, we did hit. That might have been bad though, because now Luke is in Vic's range, and maybe he wasn't going to use the bolting still, but now he'll use the thunder. Yeah, I think I screwed myself. I'll put Delphia here so that maybe this... Well, this mage wouldn't be able to reach. That doesn't make things any safer because this mage can't reach Luke anyway. So Luke needs to survive a hit from both this Wimblevetter and this Thunder, and not sure if that's likely to happen. Well, let's find out if Luke dies then. Okay, so he went for Jacoby. I think Luke can survive the fumble better on his own then. Maybe he went for Jacoby because Luke is carrying the bow. Yeah, the AI probably looked at its options and saw it could attack Jacoby without taking damage, but if it attacked Luke, then it would have taken damage as Vic. So given Vic's options, it chose Jacoby. Some more experience being stolen from me. That would kill him and you wouldn't be able to hit back, but it's low hit rate. He's out of physic range, at least right now. Still out of physic range. Okay, now Luke can only be hit by Vic. And Well, Vic had crit chances before, so if Vic thunders Luke and crits him, then Luke's dead. Certainly not great, but I think I need to live with it. I wonder if McClear is supposed to also be like a game over condition, that if you don't go fast enough, he'll eventually be killed by all the pirates. But Vic revived from the dead and killed Luke, so time to restart the chapter. So I don't think I took a moment to show it off last time, but there's a custom ballista animation. Here it is here. And then I'm going to show what my current strategy is. So knowing that these mages spawn and these nomads spawn and wyverns spawn from here basically infinitely, as far as I can tell, I'm going to have Chadwick go blow up all the houses and do some shopping, do a better job and not buy an extra flux I don't need. And then I feel like Vic respawning only occurs when we step onto the ship. So I'll have Chadwick, after he's done all the opening of the houses and all the shopping, I'll have him step onto the ship, which will make Vic respawn after I've killed him here for the experience. So he'll respawn again, or he'll respawn and I'll have all my strong units just surround him, the area he's going to respawn, and then kill him immediately. So that's my new plan, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm ready to trigger everything. I have these 3 units ready to take out Vic. I have everyone else over here. So I'm gonna have Arnold step over the threshold. This will trigger this cutscene. So yeah, I think if McLear dies, you game over. So yeah, it forces you to, you can't take forever once you've crossed here. Otherwise McLear will eventually, they'll land enough hits that he dies. Vic is not here yet. I think I'll leave animations on so that we can see the fights with Vic. We have this knight here, but no one for him to fight. Just move her out of the range of these knights. So now the only one in range of these knights is Arnold, but he has an axe equipped for weapon triangle advantage. This is where Venom gets his ass handed to him. Yeah, so each of these pirates do 9 damage to McLear, or 9 or 6 damage. So after enough hits, it'll bring his HP down to 0. Okay, Vic isn't here. Maybe it's based on turn count or something? I'm not sure what'll make Vic appear, but I want everyone to be right here to dogpile him as soon as he does. Yeah, so maybe it's when Cryptus also orders the plank be placed down. So I think I'll get started on taking out these knights. Yeah, so Delphia doesn't do well against those knights, so I won't send her in there. they have crit chance as well? They do not. So 13 damage there. 13 damage there. So actually she can survive. If she doesn't attack, she can survive 2 attacks from both knights. Okay, maybe it's just when the enemy unit crosses to the north ship. So now Vic is back from the dead. And then Miguel also sort of is, because again, I think you're expected to just escape before they can reach you, rather than defeating them. But hey, if I can kill them, I might as well kill them and get the experience. So if this guy hits, she should still live with 3 health. You need to die. Probably could have split the experience better, but Vic is now dead for the 2nd time and no longer a threat. I think enemies will begin to spawn infinitely again now. That sucks that hit. I already used Hannah, so I'll do that. I'll bring Chadwick in because I may need his help against these mercenaries. That is out of range, right? Yes, good. Delphia, I think I'll move her out of range as well. Okay, how do I want to do this? The only person that can hit Hannah is this mercenary. Hopefully can't do enough to kill her. Though it is possible he can, so I might have to restart again now. Okay, we don't care about McCleary, he's just gonna kill everyone. Okay, 11. So doubling is still not enough. Okay, so we're good. Unfortunately, I wasn't fast enough to save this boy. I feel bad. But I can avenge him. He'll survive as we saw before. Are you S in axes yet? No, not yet. Oh, 100% hit with both the iron axe and the steel axe. And does that mean I'm S rank already? Yeah, I'm S rank now, okay. You, I think I'll finish off with Delphia. So you would do 10 damage to me. So 12 damage plus 10 is not enough for me to die. Delphia is out of range of all enemies, so we should be safe. We already know this knight doesn't move, or the knight to the north doesn't move rather. Since none of the enemies are moving, I think I'll just milk this knight for experience for Delphia. Okay, I finished off the knight now. Delphia is only 1 experience point away from level 20. We can indeed rescue McClear. But I might have screwed myself. Because maybe the pirates will kill Delphia now, especially if they double her. I can't rescue Steph because I already moved Hannah. So let's hope and pray. Okay, she survived. Level 20. Time to promote her. She can now use swords. And you don't move. This mercenary didn't move. Now I think with the bolt axe, its behavior might be magic. So I want to use someone with high res to test if he moves. And Norris has high res. I do want to see how Delphia fares against these pirates. Not terribly, actually. So I think all off-screen I might kill a bunch of pirates. So I gave Delphia a couple of rounds against the pirates. I know I could continue to abuse that to give, well, potentially everyone up to level 20. Because it's just an infinite source of experience. And then also it's really easy with Delphia because you can see they have a 4% hit chance against her. So you could just leave her here, spam end turn over and over, and just hold the space bar to breeze through, giving her all that experience. And everyone else, except Chadwick of course, we could promote and then have them fight pirates infinitely as well. At least until they ran out of weapon uses, but then, well, I guess we can't actually fly here to get more weapons with Jacoby that way. So we could give people experience until all their weapons were completely broken. But in order to keep the game more realistic, I've only given Delphia 1 level against these pirates. I'm not gonna just be so scummy as to get her to level 20 like that. So I'll move on to trying to defeat Cryptus here. Again, I think this axe sort of also plays like an anima, at least in terms of this, like fighting with magic units, but I'm not certain. Amia, I want to at least get 1 hit off on Cryptus because I'm just so close to being able to promote her. Maybe I'll just leave Amia here. Maybe I'll leave Delphia there to get a little bit more experience against pirates. Or maybe not. I sort of feel bad about doing that. Which means I might be interested in attacking Cryptus with her as well. So I'll leave Emiya here, let Cryptus get the first shot off on her, and then move on from there. As for healing, I think it makes sense to heal Norris, give Hannah more experience. She's only 40 experience away from being level 20. It seems Cryptus has no quote, which is interesting. He does have a healing item. So if no one's in range, I would expect him to heal, and I could also farm experience off him and not feel as bad about him because he's not infinite. And I would love to get Hannah to promote this chapter. So maybe I'll let him go ahead and heal. But there's no one else to heal for her to gain more experience right now. So should heal with his elixir now or not? Maybe I need to deposit someone to be attacked by a bunch of pirates. Then when they take some damage, Hannah could heal them. Time to promote Hannah. She is now a Phoenician. She has this fancy Pegasus unicorn. It seems to have a horn, maybe? Or unicorn Pegasus. A unique marriage of healing and mobility. And she can also now use light magic, which makes her really awesome, and she suddenly has a move of 7, so she's now, Hannah becomes crazy once she promotes. So the only one I haven't had a chance to promote yet is Emiya, and to be safe I will let her wait for Cryptus to attack. And this should give me a full level. I'm impressed but not surprised. Which of your men charted this victory? Jonas? I feel you have not given enough credit. I suppose that this will prove a fatal mistake. So it's funny because Cryptus was the only White Fang member that we were actually supposed to kill this chapter. But we also defeated 3 others and defeated Vic twice, in fact. You've soundly defeated me despite your odd methods. Whatever works, Cryptus, you should know that. Don't mistake my words, I'm not mocking you. More, I'm trying to understand. Why you've chosen such a precarious assault now? Why leave the safety of the mountain? Why instigate an attack on the White Fang at all? We don't have time to spin stories, tie him up. Gladly. Squirm and I'll have you overboard in full armor. He's right not to hear me out. He is. Our stories would conflict, he'd anticipate misinformation. I clearly wasn't able to stall you with the chatter either. Nice work, Luke. Help McClear pet the sails. Are you going to just stare at me? Not going to help them? The others can handle the preparations. In the meantime, let's hear it. The version of events you'd like us to believe. You'll hear me out? Not uncritically, but I will hear it. Alright, we were hired too. There's an opportunity here for Jonas to learn the truth from Cryptus, but of course we'll have to see if Jonas believes it or not. Yo-ha-ha! McLear, well met, you son of a bitch. Ha-ha. There he is. Come here, you sour clam's arse. What happened to your mug? No chance in hell we'd have pulled this off without you, Captain. Haha, nothing more truer ever come out of the octopus pecker of a mouth. I'd love to hear more of your marine-oriented quips, but we ought to make haste and hit the sea. Not all will be hidden, apparently. Seems Jonas has cued you into the plan. I went ahead and attached my treasured sea cow catcher. Sea cow? Sea cow what? The smashy bit on the front. He was telling me about it just before. Right, the icebreaker. I've always been fond of that. Bastards, bastards all, Vic. Worthless, my brother dies, and rather than vengeance, miseries pile up. Fuck. The Black Fang are undoubtedly the most formidable prey we've yet to hunt. They've had all the same training we have comparable experience to match. Doesn't seem like that's going to give Vic any comfort. Venom, you look like trash, I know. Your chest plate has been split right down the center. Or hadn't you noticed? Yeah, got me good. And where the hell were you? Your whole job was to wall them off at the docks. You were useless. Listen, Vic, I got caught by... I don't want to hear it. You got trounced by one as worthless as a sea pirate. Watch it, Vic. It was a sea pirate. Clearly not the better one. Shall we propose a trade? What is it, parlay? I don't need this shit. Venom is right. We need to stay on task. Be productive. While he's up there conducting our ships, we'd better prepare. Wherever they land, we need to immediately crash down on them. I'm worried about him going right back out there, though. With his armor split open like that, he's completely exposed. Good. More at stake. Maybe he'll try harder this time. Miguel, I don't like this. I know I'm not the brains of this outfit, but we're all not thinking clearly. Maybe we ought to cut our losses and take a step back from this. You know, I actually don't disagree with you, but we can't simply leave them hanging. Failure means death, today or tomorrow. It might as well be an enemy that earned it. Okay, so there's some bonus content in this chapter. I'll start with a conversation between Amia and Ubaldo. Oh, I thought there would be an actual dialogue there. It just spawned pirates instead. Maybe that's broken. Anyway, that's the first thing I wanted to show, but I suppose I can't show that. The next thing I want to show is what happens if Vivi talks to one of the green units. Can I help you? Oh, most certainly. By dying screaming! She bit me! The little ghoul bit me! To arms, men, we're under attack! So that also opens the gate, but now if we wanted to, we could gain even more experience, but also have an even harder chapter. And we could get this set Slitany drop I thought was droppable before, but perhaps not now. So that turns the sailors and the citizens into red units, but not these two laymen. And that makes things much more difficult because not only are these enemies, they're also not green units to soak the hits of Yevgeny shots or bolting shots. It was this save. So that was the other thing I wanted to show. Then there's something else I want to show. If you don't speak to the sentry with Hannah, there's another way to open the door. One thing is if you talk, "You there, we need to cut through here to the docks. You'll need to wait a bit, I'm afraid. A ship of shoremen just came in, and there's a bit of well, I guess you'd call it an impromptu outdoor concert. Town guards need to make sure it doesn't get out of control. These things can become a powder keg when left unsupervised. I don't have time for this. You're a town guard, like officially? Essentially, yeah, technically an independent contractor. So let's cut to the chase. How much is this bribe going to cost me? Ah, I see you are a man of culture as well. How about we say 20,000 gold? It doesn't look like you're carrying enough to make it worthwhile. Really, sorry. So I assume there's probably different dialogue if we actually happen to have more gold. But we have only 15,000. So promoted Hannah. I can show off her sprite early, I suppose. Here is Amya's promoted attack animation. It's not nearly as interesting now because now it's sort of just like a regular bishop's animation just with her hair. But yeah. So I'll also show off Hannah's battle animation. And you can also see she's actually holding the tome in one of her hands there. So if we visit the village now rather than after we spoke to the sentry with Hannah, this is what we see. Excuse me, can you help me? Excuse me. What is it you need? My mom is sick. She needs medicine from the shop. I want to help, but I don't know what the medicine is called. It's a really big word. Okay, but I don't know what it is either. How can I help? You have to find my dad. He works near here. You'll see him dressed as a soldier. Okay, I'll look for a soldier nearby, and if I see him, I'll let him know. Now, if we talk to the sentry after visiting the village. You, don't happen to have a kid, do you? Yeah, I do, little girl. That also explains why they kept asking if you have a kid. I guess it's assumed you already visited the village, but when we play it in a different order, the conversation was a bit stranger. Sweet little lady, I'm quite proud of her. We just ran into a young girl looking for her father. It seems her mother is sick and needs medicine quickly. Oh geez, I need to go right now. Listen, thank you for telling me. I'll leave the gate open for you, but please try not to get me in any trouble, alright? I got it right here. Why don't you go ahead and fetch mommy some tea? So that's how you can open the gate if you don't bring Hannah, or if you don't end up speaking to the sentry with Hannah. And then you're not soft-locked if you don't have the ridiculous amount of money. So there's still a bit more for me to show. Here's what happens if you talk to the sentry with Mikhail. Ah, a consummate professional. I see this town values quality service. Either they're putting out a small fortune for your employee, or they're getting quite the deal. That was a text skip, I think. If you can steer me towards your employer, I'd be happy to put forward a letter of commendation for your service. Why, thank you kindly, sir. No worries, glad to give credit where credit is due. Is your superior on over by the port market? My friends and I were heading that way. Could you let us through? Oh, I'd appreciate the kind word. Well, it's nearing maximum capacity over there at the moment. Truly admirable that you would put the safety of your charge over the accolades you deserve. Quite humble. How about a minor tip to compensate for the credit that you are due? A credit of 20,000 gold would sure open doors. Oh geez, I just realized I'm short on coin. Okay, so you do get a different conversation there if you speak to the sentry with Mikhail. This is the conversation you get if you speak to Mikhail with Chadwick. Ah, finally some civilization. I wonder why the boss seems so glum. Well, glummer than usual. Good. This is the same village, isn't it? Last time I was here, McClear almost got us all killed. Hunting the Kraken wasn't part of the plan. Rest in peace, Jimothy. If you talk to the sentry again, I believe with anyone, this is what he has to say. Ah, you're back. Have you reconsidered? And I think you continue to be unable to pay if you still don't have enough gold. So I think there's just one more thing I want to show. So not when one of the laymen die, as you just saw, but when one of the citizens die, that gets a comment from Miggy when he says, "Oh shit, did we just kill a bystander?" And that's the last thing I wanted to show for this chapter. So that's the end of chapter 13. The next chapter will be chapter 14, Riptide. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.